Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Oh, it's a sunny day, so I'm having to sort of sit at an angle so we don't get sun all over our work. Today I am doing something with some amazing stamps. But first of all, I thought I'd tell you about this background. Now, I've shown you this several times before, but basically when I have my kitchen roll, and I mop up all my colours and inks and paints and all sorts of things like that, I keep the tissue paper. I've done a video on it before, so if you look back, you'll probably find it. And what I do is the kitchen roll, I literally just put it down on some cardstock, glue it down. Now I glue it with something like Pritt stick because you don't want the glue to soak through. So Pritt stick will come just across on the top. Let me see if I've got, that was the one that I was using. It's Scotch glue stick. So, you know, cheap as chips, but you need to glue all the way across. And then all you do is you smooth, and you can add the wrinkles. I quite like the wrinkles because it gives the texture. So I just literally put it out, and whatever way it comes, it comes. So that's what we're working with, and I've done the edges as I always do with a black marker. We are using some amazing stamps, or an amazing stamp from Indigo Blue. It is part of their, here we go, it's part of their Alice in Wonderland set. I absolutely love Alice in Wonderland. It's one of my favourite childhood books, and I just think it's lovely. And this is the Mad Hatter, who obviously is a mad, crazy character with his hat, with his 10 and 6 on it. That's the image we're using. And you're entirely bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret, all the best people are. And that's my sort of sense of humour. Now, I have already, it's a huge red rubber stamp, beautiful quality, and you can get it throughout the world. So you don't have to be just in the UK. It is an English company, and it's manufactured in the UK. It's a small family business, and as I say, I love supporting small family businesses. And very excitingly, I'm actually on their design team. So I've been accepted as part of their design team. So it means that I'll be bringing you lots more of these lovely stamps. So what I've done is I have actually, to save a bit of time, I have stamped him out, and as you can see by the shine, I've clear embossed him. The reason why is that we are going to be doing some colouring with some beautiful acrylic paints. Now, another tip, if you have acrylic paints, if you have any inks and things like that, get some relatively similar, it doesn't have to be perfect, coloured cardstock, and then literally punch. I've used a 1-inch punch on these because these are quite good size. And then you can write the names on them. So when they're in the pot like that, you don't have to worry taking each one out and looking down the side to see what colour it is. You've got it on the top. Okay, so I am going to be using, they have matching colours for this. So we have, let me have a look and see colour-wise. So I'll just take the ones out that go with this one. So there's obviously Alice. There is, I've got to find them. I think it's Hunter Green. I've got to find the others. I should have got these out beforehand, shouldn't I? The Duchess. Another one in that set. You can get a set of 6, you see, which is rather good. So I'm not going to get them all out because I can't remember exactly which ones are which, but I'm going to use the Hunter Green because I want the green on there. I'm going to use the Queen of Hearts, which is a red one, because I'm going to use that for the nice sort of neckerchief. And I'm not sure on the others, so I'm just going to put them to one side. Now, you need some water, and you need some fine paintbrushes. So these are really fine paintbrushes. The finer the brush is, the easier it is to get into the small spaces. So I am going to be using, and I'm going to take a block for this to just put it in, because you need such a tiny weeny amount. So I'm going to do his hat in the Alice, which is the blue. Now, some of their paints are acrylic, they're all acrylic. Some of them are metallic, some of them are translucent, and some of them are matte. Now, this is a metallic one, which is rather nice. Now, you need literally a grain of rice, so a tiny weeny amount. That's probably way too much. And then I'm just going to do one at a time. So his hat's going to be blue, and I just need a little bit of water, so I'm just going to add a bit of water like that to it, because they are so concentrated that you can just water them down a bit, and they go a long way. So this is way too much for this, but I'll show you a tip of what I do afterwards. So I know that, you know, a lot of you will be working in different mediums, so it's quite nice to you know, to work in different mediums. So I thought I would show you some of the different mediums that you can work in. So that's the hat, and then I just want to have the rim in on here. And by embossing it first, it gives you a little bit of like a little gully for it to go in. Okay, so that is all I needed of that one. And you can see you've got this lovely hat on there. So I'm going to move it down and take the Queen of Hearts, which again is another metallic because it's from the same set. And again, I just need a little bit, like a grain of rice. You can see how tiny amount you need, because these are so highly pigmented that you just don't need a lot. So I'm just going to take a little spray of water on there, do exactly the same thing, give it a good mix, make sure that I don't run one into the other, because otherwise we'll have a nice purple colour. And then this is going to be the hat. So again, you can see how beautifully it just works in on here, and it gives it a lovely shine, which I really like. So we're going to have his cravat. So what are your favourite childhood books? I think, as say, Winnie the Pooh, the original ones with the A.A. Milne drawings, Alice in Wonderland. I loved all of the stories of there. Alice Through the Looking Glass. And I thought that was really lovely. Right, so I can just add a little bit more on here to give a little bit more depth of colour if I want. And this on here like that. And you can see how easy it is to colour once you've got the embossing on, because it's not right. Now I need to clean this one off well, because it's red, and red will discolour everything. Right, now I'm going to do the green, and this is Hunter Green. Is it Hunter Green? No, it's not. It's Mad Hatter. I tell you what, I've gone mad. Have I got a Hunter Green? No, I haven't. Right, so I've actually put, it's called Mad Hatter. I thought it should have been Mad Hatter, but there you go. So I need to put another sticker on this one. So these are all from the Alice ones, and as I say, this one is called, thankfully the sticker's just come off, Mad Hatter. So again, it's a metallic, which I think is quite nice. I quite like having metallic. Now I've got a little bit more on here. So again, I'm just doing a little thumbful. Now I'm not very good at, I'm doing this quite quickly, so I've got some bits on my fingers, so I can just take that off with on the kitchen roll so I don't get it everywhere, or I will do before I've finished. And a little bit of water on there. This is lovely as well. Love this spray bottle. Again, it's on the Indigo Blue website, so if you want a really good water bottle for spraying, really fine mist, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So right, now this gives me a lovely green, but as you can see, you can colour it in really quickly because we're going through, and just make sure that I don't have it down through on the button part, but because we're doing it over embossing, it's a really easy way of colouring. So, you know, if you're somebody who, I always say, who doesn't like colouring, this is a really easy way of doing it because you don't have to worry about your edges at all. You literally just go straight over, and where the embossing is, it doesn't show up at all. Look at that green, I love it. And you can go over and deepen it as well because you've got your embossing on there. You don't need to have any of the other. Right, so that's that bit done. Okay, so I've got those in on there. I'm just going to move that to one side because I do want to do, let me just get some of this off my hands. It's one of the things I love being a crafter. You can get yourself quite messy sometimes, but as I say, it's water based, so it comes off quite easily. Okay, now I wanted this bit I'm going to have in blue, so I'm just going to bring this bit of blue back, a little bit of blue back in on here, and we'll just take this in on here. Actually, is that part of, yes, I've missed that. That comes down on here, so that can be the blue in on there. And then I've just missed a little bit of the cravat, which comes down like that. There we go. And I can have the buttonhole, I'm going to have in the green, like that. Okay, so that's got all of that done. Now I need to do his hair, and we've got this really rather lovely wild orangey colour called March Hare, which again goes with some of the stamps in the set. So I'm going to take a little tiny weeny bit of that. I don't need a lot at all. I'm just going to take a little bit like that, and I've actually got quite a bit of water on my brush, so I don't think I need to add any more, and then I can just put that up in like that. The reason that I've got quite a lot over my hands is because they fill the pots up so full so that you get absolutely maximum amount, and they will last you for ages and ages and ages, because obviously they're you only need, like as I said, a tiny grain of rice size, and then that's all done. Right, so that's him round there, so I can then put that on like that. I need to put those tops on, they're not haven't glued very well. I need to put them on with a different type of glue because it's on with plastic, it doesn't work particularly well. Okay, so I just need to do his face now. Now, I haven't used this one, so this is a brand new one. It's called Strawberry Dream, but I think, and I don't know, but I think we might be able to get that. So they're sealed with a plastic thing, so that they work quite well. Now let's have a look on here and see if I can. Oh, it might be a bit overly pink, mightn't it? Let's see if we can take just a little bit of this on here. So I'm just taking a tiny bit, and I want to water it down a lot. So I want to water it down so that it's hardly a colour at all. So I hope you can see that in there. It's sort of a pale pinky colour. And I might actually put, I've got clotted cream, which is, again, these are matte so that they're fine. You don't want his face to be shiny. And I'm just going to clean my brush out so I don't get that on there. I'm just going to take a little tiny bit of that and put it in to see. That's better. That's more of a fleshy type tone. Let's add some water. And the nice thing is, as I say, with acrylics, you can mix them quite well. So let's have a look and see how that's going to come. I think that's going to be fine. Yes, I just need to do it quite pale. So I don't want to do too much on there. But can you see how quickly you can colour things? Literally straight in like that. I think I'm going to have blue eyes as well. So I just want to take just a tiny bit in here. I just want to go just around that to give the look of blue eyes. It makes him look a bit what do you call it, probably a bit too see if I can take that off a little bit. Yes, I can. That's better. Okay, so that's him painted for now. Now the bits that are left over, what I will do is I will take a piece of cardstock. So let me have a look and see what I've got in here. And I've just got a bit like this. Now sometimes I would use a brayer. Let me just put these paints back in here for now. I need to just put I've got them in a little box and they fit in perfectly, which is good. So I'm just going to move those out of the way and put that in there. Okay, so when you've got bits that are over, this is when I say when I don't waste anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, some of these are going to just drip, I think. So I'm just going to like drip some of these pieces over like this, which is quite nice. So those bits can just come like that. And this is how you get sort of interesting backgrounds. And then I'm literally just going to take some of this and just sort of move it across. Okay, so that's taken all of that off. Now when that dries, you're going to have the shine on there, and I'm going to keep this and I will just add to it as I get colours. Now if you're not into what I call messy backgrounds, then you know, just get rid of it. But for me, I love keeping pieces like this and just adding to them, because then you will end up with all sorts of backgrounds and things. This is done on paper. I could have done it on tissue, but it means that you get lots of different ideas for backgrounds, and each one is going to be completely different. Right, I'm just going to wipe my hands a little bit so then I don't get it all over the work. Okay, now very simply on this, I'm going to take him out and I'm going to pop him slap bang in on the center like that. So you've got all of the colors. Now I could, yes, I'm going to put him there because most of the color is round the side, but can you see there's some reds and some greens and some blues and things on there. And then I've got the You're Entirely Bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret, most people are. And I can put that in right down on the center like that. There we go. I can distress that if I wanted to, but I think that that will work beautifully. Let's get a card base, not an envelope. Have I got any card bases left? Yes, I have. Let's get one out so we can then see. There we go. So let's put this on here like that. And then we'll put this on there like that. And you can see you've got a really great card. It would be good for a masculine card or you know, anybody that just likes Alice in Wonderland with a bit of a twist to it, shall we say. So that's the stamp we used, Mad Hatter. It's from, let's take this out so you don't get the shiny bit on. It's from Indigo Blue. And their website is www.indigoblue.com. Let me just bring that up closer so you can see. Hopefully that will focus. Will it focus? Maybe not. I will put the link down below. But that's the stamp. And as I say, brilliant quality, very thick red rubber. So people who love the red rubber stamps, it's going to be one for you. And I just love them. And as I said, I'm very privileged now to be on their design team. So you'll be seeing lots more of the Indigo Blue coming, as well as lots of other things, because I'm not going to stop doing some of the retard stamping up and various other products that I enjoy working with. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.